I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw that there was a Nintendo Direct coming up here in February, I kept my hopes down. I didn't think that maybe we'd see too much exciting things since we're at the beginning of the year. So I wanted to have low expectations into it. And to be honest, I think I'm happy that I had low expectations into it because, boy, I was blown out of the water when I saw everything that is coming here relatively soon or just throughout the year here in general. And we're going to kind of highlight here some of those things that are coming out here, starting with one of my main things here that is always great. I'm so happy to see something for Pikmin 4. I didn't think that we would actually see something here for Pikmin 4 just because I thought that this game was coming out holiday. I thought this game was coming out long from now, but happy to see that we're seeing a lot of information here from Pikmin 4, a lot of new things here coming up, and a lot of things to just basically just in general keep me excited here for this game. This game is coming out in July, and like I said, I'm just based on what we saw here, definitely excited here for everything that is to come with Pikmin. We also saw things from Splatoon 3, the expansion pass. This one kind of threw me for a loop. I wasn't quite sure, but there was a lot of people that were still excited here for this. And we're getting like Inkopolis as just kind of like a hub. As far as I can tell, we're just getting Inkopolis as like a hub, and that's kind of basically it there. But also then more DLC coming here later as well. But I do think it's interesting that they're pulling in resources here to put in just kind of this hub here back into the game. But nevertheless, it's still exciting. I just wish that it was maybe just there and not under paid DLC. But regardless, pretty interesting to see that Inkopolis here is in Splatoon 3. I guess be with it as you will. And but to keep going along, I'm also very excited here for We Love Katamari Rerolled. These games are just kind of extremely goofy, and I typically just pick them up to play here and there just because it's just kind of a game that you just kind of I don't know, I just pick up and play just if I'm looking for something a little different, just because it's just kind of a interesting and fun game. But We Love Katamari Rerolled is coming here as well, which is also fantastic to see. I just love that these games are getting another breath of life here, and it's good to see that Advance War is finally making its way onto the Nintendo Switch here as well. I know that this game had a little bit of pushback, I think, with the current state with everything going on in the world and everything like that, but it's good to see that this game is finally coming out. I do have this game pre-ordered, and it's good to see that the pre-orders and the release is all happening here at the same time, although I do think that they could have released it digitally first and then figured out the pre-orders or the main physical copies later. But no, it's good to see that these are all coming out at the same time. I missed them on the Game Boy, and so I'm glad to finally pick them up here on the Nintendo Switch. Speaking of, I guess, Game Boy here stuff, Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced were announced for Nintendo Switch online subscriptions. Regular Game Boy for just the regular subscription, and Game Boy Advance for the online subscription. This, I'm happy to see. I feel like it was maybe a little bit late. I do think that we should have maybe received this a little bit earlier. I know that people were excited here about it, and so I'm surprised it kind of took this long, especially because I'm a little torn because I almost feel that the Nintendo Switch is going to be, out of date here soon. We're going to get a Switch 2 or something here probably, relatively in the new future. And so to get this like right at the tail end of the Nintendo Switch, kind of a little bit disappointing. I just hope that they keep this online subscription thing and implement it right into the new Nintendo Switch. Like day one. I mean, just move it right over. I hope that that's kind of their plans here on building this online kind of ecosystem. I think that they have something great going on here, but just I hope that it continues on and just doesn't die on the Switch, and then they start over with something new, kind of like how they have been on every single console. Either way, Mario Kart 8 has a new wave here coming out. This we kind of seen, coming. We know that these are coming out and releasing, but they did announce that BIRDO is here coming back, which BIRDO was one of my favorite characters. I don't know, I just love BIRDO. BIRDO I always thought was maybe kind of like the underdog or something like that. So I've always got to be rocking out BIRDO. BIRDO is my main, and so to have BIRDO back into Mario Kart here, coming out of retirement, definitely excited to see BIRDO in Mario Kart. This one was probably a lot of people's excitement bomb here, although I know that they were probably looking for the Metroid Prime trilogy, but Metroid Prime 1 coming to the Nintendo Switch, that's fairly exciting here as well. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go for the trilogy, but maybe they just couldn't push out a whole entire trilogy. Obviously, we still have nothing on Metroid Prime 4. I'm really not surprised that game is not coming to the Nintendo Switch. I'm almost fairly confident of that, but I do think that they're still going to try to make the game, but Metroid Prime 4, nothing. But Metroid Prime 1 coming to the Nintendo Switch, so enjoy that as you will. Followed by, of course, kind of the ender of the whole stream. We knew it was coming. There was no way that we weren't going to hear anything on Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is definitely kind of an exciting trailer. You kind of got to see kind of a whole lot more. Definitely has me a bit more excited, although I am pretty interested that they did bump up the price here now of this game and following suit with all the other major companies. I'm surprised to see that we're seeing that here in the Switch cycle. I thought that Nintendo might hold off until the next cycle, but I guess they thought, why not start the trend with our big boy name, Legend of Zelda, because people are going to buy this game anyways, right? What's another $10? So they're obviously putting their foot in their door that they're saying that they're going to probably be going with this price point for a lot of their games here going forward, I assume. But either way, kind of an upped price there on this game to that $70 price point. But hey, nevertheless, this game looks really good. I mean, it's definitely worth, honestly, in my opinion, the extra $10. It's going to be probably a really good game. A couple extra just little highlights. I did like the look of this game at Disney's Illusion Island. It just kind of looked really artsy and fun. I do kind of have my eye on that one, followed by Sea of the Stars. This game looked really fun here as well. I do think that I'm very interested about picking up this game. It definitely looks pretty exciting and was brought to my attention during our live stream. And then also Fantasy Life. I love Fantasy Life on the Nintendo 3DS. This one looks kind of different, but also kind of the same. Looks like Fantasy Life kind of meets like Animal Crossing in a way, and I don't know if that's inherently a bad thing. I think that it does look interesting, although I'm not quite sure if I'm sold on this game quite yet. I will have to see probably just a little bit more on this game to make up my decision here on what I want to go forward with Fantasy Life. But I am totally excited to see that Fantasy Life is also coming to the Nintendo Switch as well. And that kind of wraps up all of my highlights for this Nintendo Direct. I'm excited to see. I thought that maybe this year was going to possibly be a little bit more of a dry year, but no, they're bringing everything to the table. They've got a lot of things coming, and it's going to be another really exciting year. So this is going to be pretty exciting to see everything coming. I think that there's going to be a little bit for everybody, and the Nintendo Switch is going to keep on pushing out new games here and there, even though it's got to be towards the end of its life cycle. So I'm glad to see that there's such a hard push here for Nintendo Switch games, even if the rumors are that it's coming to an end. But nevertheless, I'm definitely excited here on what we have gotten, and hopefully I'll have time to play everything that is coming out. But nevertheless, I'm glad that you guys made it to the end of the video. If you did like this, let me know below on what you're most excited about coming to the Nintendo Switch here this year. It looks like we've got a lot of things, and a lot of things that are going to keep us busy. So thanks for joining, and hey, everybody, have a good one. Peace.